The sun is just a faint glow on the horizon as our Jeep rumbles through the tall grass of Serengeti National Park. My guide, a seasoned tracker with eyes like a hawk, suddenly signals for silence. The engine cuts off and we're left in an eerie quiet, broken only by the distant calls of birds and the rustling of grass in the breeze. There's a tension in the air that makes my heart race. I can't see what he spotted, but his intense focus tells me that something big is about to happen. I'm Alex, and today we're deep in the heart of the Serengeti, Tanzania's iconic wildlife haven, chasing down one of the wildest experiences I've ever encountered. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one, because what happens next is something I never expected. We're here at the peak of the Great Migration, where millions of wildebeests, zebras, and antelopes flood the plains in a dramatic search for greener pastures. The scene is surreal, endless waves of animals stretching as far as the eye can see. Suddenly, the herd starts to move frantically, parting like a scene straight out of a movie. My guide whispers, "Lion," and sure enough, a lioness emerges, stealthily closing in on her prey. It's a thrilling chase that ends in a cloud of dust, showing just how raw and untamed life in the Serengeti can be. Later, we hop into a hot air balloon for a different perspective. As we rise above the savanna, the sun begins to spill golden light across the landscape. Floating silently above the plains, I finally understand why this place is called the Endless Plains. The Serengeti seems to stretch into infinity, dotted with acacia trees and herds of elephants, giraffes, and gazelles. The vastness is humbling, and there's a brief moment where it feels like we're the only people in the world, suspended between earth and sky. Touching down, I realize the day is just beginning. We set out on a game drive, hunting for the Big Five: lions, elephants, leopards, buffaloes, and rhinos. We're deep in Seronera Valley, a predator hotspot where every turn seems to promise a new surprise. Suddenly, the Jeep jolts to a stop. A leopard is lounging in the branches of a nearby tree, its piercing eyes locked onto us. It's a chilling but awe-inspiring sight, the kind that makes you feel like you're in the middle of a wildlife documentary. Our guide leads us to the hidden kopjes, ancient granite outcrops scattered across the plains, known as perfect resting spots for lions. As we approach, we spot a pride sprawled out on the rocks, soaking up the sun. One cub loses its footing and tumbles off the ledge, startling its siblings, who pounce in a playful scuffle. Watching this scene unfold, it's striking to see how even these powerful predators can have such gentle, almost joyful moments of play. We head towards the Mara River, one of the most dangerous crossing points for the migrating herds. The air is thick with tension as wildebeest gather at the water's edge, eyeing the swirling currents filled with crocodiles. The first few animals make the plunge, and chaos erupts. It's a scene of sheer pandemonium as the herd rushes forward, each one fighting to stay afloat and avoid becoming a crocodile's next meal. I watch wide-eyed, holding my breath as the river turns into a battleground. With adrenaline still coursing through our veins, we decide to slow things down by visiting a Maasai village. The vibrant reds and blues of the Maasai shukas contrast beautifully against the earthy savanna. Invited into a traditional boma, a circular dwelling made of mud and sticks, I get a glimpse into their daily life. The air is filled with laughter, singing, and a deep sense of community that feels worlds apart from the wild scenes of the migration. We gather around to share a simple meal of grilled meat and fresh kachumbari salad, showing just how food can connect people from any corner of the world. But as we're wrapping up, I'm warned to be cautious when photographing the Maasai, as taking unsolicited pictures is considered disrespectful. It's a cultural lesson that stays with me, emphasizing that this adventure isn't just about the animals. It's about respecting the people who have called this land home for centuries. Next, we explore Olduvai Gorge, often called the Cradle of Mankind. Standing at the edge of this ancient site where some of the earliest human fossils were discovered, I can't help but marvel at how much history is embedded in these rocks. My guide shares that the fossils found here date back nearly 2 million years, offering a glimpse into the dawn of humanity. It's a thought that puts everything into perspective. Being here feels like walking through the pages of human history. Just when I think the day's adventures are winding down, my guide suggests we stop by Retina Hippo Pool. The smell hits first, a pungent mix of mud, water, and something distinctly hippo. The pool is packed with these massive creatures, jostling for space, grunting and snorting as they go about their day. I'm mesmerized by the sheer number of them, watching their playful interactions that seem both comical and surprisingly aggressive. A hippo's sudden splash sends water flying, and I quickly learn that even the most serene moments here come with a wild twist. We drive deeper into the park, reaching a more secluded area near the Grumeti River. It's quieter here, with fewer tourists and a chance to appreciate the landscape without distractions. But then it happens, a flash of movement at the water's edge. I squint, trying to make it out, and realize we've stumbled upon a pack of wild dogs, one of the most elusive predators in the Serengeti. It's a rare sighting, and I can hardly believe our luck. The dogs move with purpose, sleek and silent, and for a moment everything else fades away. As the day starts to close, we head back toward camp. My stomach rumbles, reminding me that I haven't eaten since breakfast. Dinner is a spread of local dishes: nyama choma, grilled meat served with fresh kachumbari salad, and warm chapati. The smoky flavors of the meat mix with the spices, creating a feast that's as much about the taste as it is about the experience. My guide offers me a glass of Tanzanian chai, and as I take a sip, the blend of spices and warmth feels like the perfect end to a day of adventure. Just when I think it's time to wind down, our guide gets a radio call. There's a pride of lions spotted not far from camp. We scramble into the Jeep, racing against the fading light. The lions are resting in the tall grass, barely visible except for the occasional flick of a tail or twitch of an ear. Suddenly, one of the lionesses rises, her gaze fixed on something in the distance. Before I know it, she's off, charging at full speed. Our guide floors it, trying to keep up, and in the chaos, the Jeep hits a ditch. We're stuck, and for a split second, my heart stops. We're right in the middle of the action, too close for comfort. The lioness makes her move, and I hold my breath, waiting to see how it all unfolds. The tension breaks as she catches her prey, a small antelope that had strayed too far from the herd. The lioness drags her prize back to the pride, and I realize we've just witnessed the full, raw cycle of life right before our eyes. Serengeti has a way of throwing the unexpected at you, keeping you at the edge of your seat even when you think the day is done. If this wild journey through the Serengeti has sparked your sense of adventure, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join me as I continue to explore the most incredible places on Earth. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and adventure aloud.